Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm super excited to do this. I've been writing this video for a while. I had a few other ideas that didn't really pan out as well, so it's been a long time coming, trying to get this ready, but we have it now. Today we're going to be talking about kids content on YouTube. Now, in today's YouTube, kids content absolutely rules the algorithm and plagues everyone's suggested pages. Kids content is not a new thing by any means, nor is its rise on the platform anything recent, but its reign as the best performing and the most lucrative form of content is alarming, to say the least. The line between entertaining and exploiting kids has blurred beyond what I ever thought would be deemed as acceptable. However, it continues no matter what people think. We all know kids are dumb. They're fucking stupid. Kids are so stupid. Ooh. They're unemployed and they sit on their ass all fucking day. Thankfully, our Lord and Saviors above, the Florida lawmakers, are trying to bring back child labor how it should be. If kids aren't slaving for days trying to make my iPhone, then I don't want it. Despite Florida trying to save these kids, the content they watch on YouTube and TikTok and all the other platforms is enslaving them in a way that doesn't make iPhones. It just makes terrible slang words and trends, unhealthy spending habits, and it is furthering the disconnect between reality and the internet. Alright, the first person we're going to be looking at is Dream. Now, real quick, I'm going to be completely honest. This part is not, like, super funny. You know, it's kind of funny, I think. But, you know, it's not, like, super funny. It was more me talking about stuff that I think is important to talk about. So if you want to get to the funny part, skip to 7 minutes. Yeah. If you want to stay, I love you. If not, you know, I get it. I understand. Now, I don't think Dream's content is really made for kids. It has, like, sex jokes and they swear and stuff. But as a former child myself, I promise you, the kiddos, they don't care. And they actually gravitate towards that kind of content because it makes them feel more like an adult. As a kid, I was a big Filthy Frank watcher. I had no idea what he was talking about half the time. Most of the stuff went straight over my head. But he said fuck a lot. And I thought that was hilarious. So I watched. But the way that kids gravitate toward Dream now is the same as when I was a kid watching Filthy Frank. It's similar in many ways, but it's different in just as many.
My lord.
Now, personally, I don't get the obsession people have with Dream, but no matter what you think of the content and the effects it's had on the children,
Oh my god.
you have to respect the almost cult following that he has received, even if it's gone down a little bit in the past couple months. Dream makes videos in the world he created with his pals, where they hunt him down and try to kill him, and then he makes super epic gamer moves and jumps off big cliffs and they never catch him. To me, the draw of Minecraft is kind of the calming nature mixed with the chaotic nature from day to night, and the innate collaboration that it makes between peers, where you can build up your world together and kind of almost put the Minecraft to the side for conversations and stuff like that. He has transformed not only the legacy of Minecraft, but also the opinion on it and how it is viewed as a game. And you have to respect that. I mean, it's pretty wild. He takes the nature of the collaboration of Minecraft and transforms it into a way where he can, you know, put out some sketches. Even if they're not funny, they're still sketches.
I want you to eat your sock.
Now, I will not say my opinion on the fans that he's pulled in. Okay, that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to inform you guys, be an unbiased news source. That's it. I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers here. But I will say that the people he draws in does reflect the environment that he puts out there. There's so many Dream fan cringe compilations out there, and that's not this, okay? If you want to go watch that, you can go watch that. There's plenty of them. They're everywhere. However, I am trying to show the impact that this guy and his content has on kids. Now, the majority of the things that Dream fans do aren't hurting anyone. They're not innately harmful. But, they're weird, okay? But everyone's weird, right? So, who am I to judge, right? But the really concerning thing is the way he has made it almost normal to praise these YouTubers who are just normal guys and transform your personality to match that person, which is just, it's so harmful. Don't do that. Do not do that. Don't base your personality off of other people. Be you. Be yourself. There's plenty of documented results of people faking disorders and putting Dream as a person in their in their mental disorders. It's so weird. I don't get it. So the community, not even just Dream, but the community as a whole, kind of enforces people to be someone that they are not. They act differently to appeal to the streamers and to the other fans. They're constantly competing to be the biggest fan, to outdream each other, and it's a super toxic environment that personally I don't think is healthy. You can't really blame him so much for it, but it is the creation of the people that are attracted to his videos and the environment that he puts out there. So he is partially responsible. As someone who's grown up on the internet and around people who do stuff just to fit in, I want to talk to you right now, eye to eye, face to face. Don't do that. There's no use fitting into what other people want for you. If you want to do something, do it. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. Don't let other people make decisions for you. If people don't like that, that's up to them. That's not your problem. Eventually, you'll find people who do like you for you and do like the decisions that you make. It's only a matter of time. Other than that, he also there's also that thing where he likes kids. He really likes kids. Now, Blippi.
So much to learn about, it'll make you wanna shout, Blippi!
Blippi, he's been trending recently. He's been in the news a lot because of his past, but we'll get to that later. But in case you haven't heard of him, he's a kids content creator who has almost 20 million subscribers at the time of this recording. And this guy is a prime example of exploiting kids for money. Now, do I think that Blippi is harming kids? Absolutely not. There's so many worse people kids could be watching and so many worse people kids could be taking after. But do I think that Blippi is exploiting your kids for money? 1,000%. Now, the exploitation of kids is nothing new or nothing that only Blippi does, but he's the most successful and popular person who I think is doing it. So he's the front runner in my eyes. In no way is this a Blippi thing to exploit kids for money. Don't put the blame on him. It's just business. But I think that's unethical, to be fair. Now, this guy has both short form and long form content. So he's racking in the big bucks. And just one video that he has, it's an hour long, has 406 million views, which, just for ad revenue, has brought him anywhere from $5 to $14 million. To put that into perspective, if he was working on this for, let's say, 5 days straight, no sleeping, no eating, no breaks, that would mean he was bringing in $95,000 an hour. Not to mention his merch, which he has everything. He has sweatshirts, coloring books. He has toys. He has Blippi sippy cups. He has Blippi cups. Blippi cups. Your kids are gonna be sucking on Blippi, dude. And he has his own shows on Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Prime Video, and Peacock. All of them. All the big five. He has one on every single one. It's ridiculous. My little cousin was obsessed with him for a while. He had all the merch, the toys, everything. He was obsessed. So it's not an uncommon thing for kids to be super obsessed with Blippi. So in turn for educating your kids about colors and numbers and animals. He makes millions, and I mean millions of dollars from advertisers and from the pockets of parents. Well, I lied. It's actually way worse than that. He actually sold the rights to the Blippi character to a big corporation for $120 million, which may seem like a lot, but considering that one video pulled him in upwards of $14 million, honestly, he probably got fleeced. The corporation that bought him is Moonbug Entertainment, and if they sound familiar, it's because they also bought Cocomelon, which is arguably the biggest kids entertainment, like, right now, like, ever. They have stuff in Target and Walmart and everything. It's crazy. So instead of an individual who has devoted his life to educating children, getting a bunch of money from them, instead it's a giant corporation getting a bunch of money from parents and working class people. So instead of Blippi getting it, it's a rich, old, white CEO getting richer, older, and fuck it, he's getting whiter too. He's surgically removing all of the melanin from his skin, and we're paying for it. We're also paying for his unseasoned chicken and his potato salad for life, and his kids. Ugh! God, we're paying for his kids to eat potato salad. Who the fuck eats potato salad? The content itself is, honestly, it's pretty typical for kids' content. He's a dude, he's in bright clothes, he talks really loud, he's super flamboyant and up in your face.
Hey, it's me, Blippi!
He does talk in a super high-pitched voice, which, you know, it's annoying, but it's nothing too despicable, and it appeals to the kiddos. Watching it at my age and not as a child, it's a bit cringy. But for $14 million a video, I'd be doing way worse, so I can't really blame him. He makes absolute bank, even if he's, you know, exploiting kids, you know. $14 million is $14 million. And $120 million to sell your soul is $120 million. That was not English. There is much worse ways he could be exploiting kids, like the last guy we talked about, am I right? Also, mid-writing this, I learned that Blippi, before content, was in the Air Force. So, salute to you, Blippi. I appreciate that, brother. However, when he first came back from deployment and decided to make videos, it was not for the Blippi channel. In fact, it was for the opposite of the Blippi channel. It was for oh my god. It was for a channel called Steezy Grossman, and this is why he's been in the news recently. It was kind of a shock humor kind of channel where in one of the videos he spreads his asshole and shits on one of his friends. And then people recently discovered that, and they were pretty upset. Reasonably. I mean, the person that's teaching your kids and the person your kids look up to was shitting on his friends a couple of years ago. The actor, his name is Stephen John. I don't think he should be judged on it. I mean, it was back in the day of Filthy Frank, and, you know, look where he is now. So he's devoted his life to teaching kids and keeping them on the wholesome side of YouTube, which, you know, that's really nice. Even if he makes absolute bank, you know, there's much worse ways he could be making it. So it's up to you to kind of decide if that's ethical or not. Leaving it up to you. I'm not sharing my opinions on here, even though I already have. No opinions for me. Just the facts, baby. That's what I do. Just the facts. Ooh, Chad Wildclay.
I can't say it out loud, can't let them know.
Now, Chad Wildclay is somebody that I used to watch. I watched a couple of videos when I was a wee little lad, because he smashed watermelons and different fruits with WWE weapons, and I thought that was really cool, so I watched it. He's always been like super upbeat from what I remember, and he made his content, he made a living off of kind of like kids-based thrillers is the best way I can put it. They're like mysteries and stuff like that. Now, I say was, but fun fact, 10 years later, he's still making the same content. He's milking that cow dry. But honestly, you go and watch one of his videos, he looks so sick of it. He just not want to be there at all.
I hope the people in prison don't think I'm a stud when we're in the showers.
I think he knows if he changes his content that he'll lose his audience and therefore probably won't be able to afford to live, which, you know, that's nice. He's definitely sick of making the kids content, and I don't blame him. Being doomed to a life of making content for children has to be absolutely terrible. There's a great video of him made by Danny Gonzalez a few years ago, which goes over his older videos, which you should definitely check out. But to give you the quick rundown in case you don't want to go watch that, which you should, him and his girlfriend and a bunch of his pals would always get into trouble with someone called the Game Master. It sounds like I said gay master. It's Game Master, 2 words. Gay Master is what they used to call me in college. So they would go on adventures and scavenger hunts trying to track down the Game Master, and they never did. It was all super faked and seemed really forced, and I think even some of the kids kind of caught up on it. But, you know, I could be wrong. I mean, you go into the comments of some of those videos, and the kids are genuinely worried about their favorite YouTuber, so. You just opened HQ. I'm crying for you. Don't go to jail. I want to hug you. Something Danny didn't cover in that video, however, is his music career, which started way back like 10 years ago. But recently he's put out some music. So let's look at that.
This Christmas will be kind of weird and strange.
No, never mind. Let's not do that. I was watching his recent video, and there was definitely a sense that he doesn't want to be there.
Okay, I'm caught. This looks like I'm in the bunker, right?
I mean, he seems to be having fun, but I feel like they used to take it so much more seriously, and they used to be so much more lively.
So we've already investigated this living room pretty well, but we never did use a metal detector here.
You know what? Watching that? Never mind. He's always been sick of it. He looks miserable, dude. It looks like someone's behind the camera holding up a picture of a dead puppy and then, like, holding a flashlight to it right behind it and, like, shoving it in his face all the time. It looks like someone's, like, behind the camera stealing their credit card info and spending it on a bunch of Dream merch. I'd be pissed, too. Honestly, I feel bad for this guy. He's been doomed to a life of making shitty kids content, when obviously he either wants to get out of just making content in general, or he wants to transition into, you know, a more mature form of content, but he can't, because then he'll lose his audience and lose all of his money. And speaking of little kids, and it's time for the most modern trend of this video. All right, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys here. I did not want to do my homework for all the other topics. I watched some videos, I studied up, but I knew I had to do this. Right, this is the thing that honestly is the front runner of shitty kids content and the stuff that's rotting kids' brains. But I did it because I want to give you guys the best run that I can. And this is absolutely the worst content I've looked at so far. The amount of times I've listened to that goddamn song. Dude, it's melted into my brain. Alright, here we go. The Skibbity Toilet series is made by a guy named Da Fuck Boom, who honestly, he puts a lot of work into these videos. I have to respect. Are we dead ass? He puts a lot of work into these videos. I have to respect it. Honestly, he makes these animations. He puts a bunch of special effects in, which honestly, it's gotta take a long time. Now the genre that Skibbity, I can't believe I'm fucking saying this. Now the genre that Skibbity Toilet falls under is something called SFM animations, or source filmmaker animations, which are not new by any means. They've been around on YouTube forever. I'm sure you've seen plenty of these videos before. Any video with the TF2 characters and they're animated is probably a source filmmaker video. There's been a bunch of older popular memes from source filmmaker, like Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life. That one.
Oh, you touch my tra-la-la. My ding-ding-dong.
You're a Wizard, Harry. That one really crazy Thomas the Train video. Yeah, there's been a lot. But as of a few years ago, they kind of disappeared. I hadn't seen much of them at all. That was until the introduction of brain rot. Now, bear with me here because this stuff makes absolutely no sense to me. But I'm trying. I'm really trying for you guys. To me, it's not funny, but there are nameless people that I know that think that brain rot is absolutely hilarious. Something about gooning, edging, and munting in Ohio with Skibbity Riz is hilarious to the kiddos. The last few topics have been super easy to dissect and kind of figure out. But this, I don't get it. Honestly, there's no point, and I think that is the point. I think the point is that there is no point. I think it's random for the sake of being random. And to be fair, when I was a little kid, the name Bob was the funniest shit I've ever seen. You know, just the name Bob. That shit was fucking hilarious. So, I can't really judge too much. So the videos start with a head in a toilet singing that goddamn song. And after like 20 episodes of Skibbity Toilet, it has evolved to SWAT toilet men fighting giant robots. And to be fair, there's been a lot of effort put into these videos. It's very obvious. Those animations take forever. He also puts in a bunch of special effects. So, you know, props to the guy. But I don't get it. Honestly, I don't know if it's supposed to be, like, funny. I know a bunch of kids find it funny. I don't get the humor of it. You know, maybe I'm old. Honestly, I feel 10 years older every time I watch any of these videos. But this series of videos has really bad effects on not only kids just watching just a Skibbity Toilet, but it has had the worst effect on humor as a whole. For whatever reason, I can't go on TikTok without someone, that same nameless person, sending me videos of Goon Fu Panda and people saying munting and edging and jelking and blumpkins. I don't get it. To be fair, munting is kind of funny. For those of you who don't know what munting is when you grab a dead person and you but yeah, these videos have pretty bad effects on kids, and it's probably the worst one I've talked about so far. You know, it's not Dream. It's not gonna get your kids diddled, but yeah, my God. I mean, this kid is either the next Robert De Niro, or he's genuinely addicted to Skibbity Toilet. Now let's take a quick look at the humor of brain rot, because I'm terrible at describing it.
You knew I was the Ohio Sigma. You always knew. But when Goonway said I had L-Riz and I had a level 0 Gyat, what did you do? Nothing!
Look at me in the eyes. If you're laughing right now, I'm so disappointed in you. That's genuine. That's from the heart. Honestly, this is probably the worst era of TikTok. The brain rot era of TikTok is probably the worst era of TikTok since like the E-Boys era of TikTok. The future of content is so uncertain. Nobody has any idea where it's going. One thing is certain. There will always be shitty kids content. And I will always be here to break it down and talk about it. And melt my brain and suffer for the sake of content. Thank you for watching.
Skibbity toilet will be mine, yeah. Ohio town, yeah. Diamonds to mine, I'm on that big Sigma grind. Worry about it.
Yeah, so I've been meaning to film this video for ages. It's something I love doing. You know, just something about editing videos, sitting down for hours and just editing videos. I really like, but this one definitely took a while. This is definitely the longest I've worked on one video, and I haven't even started editing it yet. This took me 3 days to write. Honestly, it was super fun to write, so I definitely plan on doing this more. If there is a thing that you want me to talk about, sorry. If there's something you want me to talk about, let me know. I'll talk about it. But yeah, I think that'll do it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Welcome to my channel. I hope you liked it. If you didn't like it, let me know. If you did like it, also let me know. You should subscribe anyways. Leave a like. Leave a comment with your favorite food, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. If your name is Jimmy, I love you. If not, I fucking hate you. So, have a good day.